All right, we are here with one championship heavyweight MMA contender, Marcus Buchecha Almeida. Buchecha, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Good to be back.
Well, I think you've been in Singapore for a while, huh? Did you stay after the last event?
I decided to stay around the area. So I stay here 1 week and then I spend 1 week in Thailand. So now fight week. So we're going to spend one more week here. So I'm
Oh, nice. How was Thailand? Where were you training? Yeah.
stay there most of the time at Phuket Fight Club.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was just in Phuket myself. I didn't realize you were down there. I would have maybe made the journey over to Geelong to interview you. But
Oh,
how
really?
how was your experience there?
I love it, man. This country is something different. So I never been there. Was my first time. So for sure not the last. Can't wait to get back.
Is that something you'd like to do in the future? Maybe do a training camp in Thailand?
I wouldn't say training camp, but maybe maybe why not? Maybe I'll bring some guys too because I like to train like a lot of jiu-jitsu, so I don't want to like just train Muay Thai, my stand up, and forget about the wrestling and the jiu-jitsu. So if I can bring a couple of my friends, I know Cara de Sapato, Marlon Moraes, and a couple other friends want to do that. So maybe we all come together and do something there.
And are you interested in seeing any of the other gyms there? There's obviously a bunch. There's a new gym in Bangtao. Yuri Prohaska is there right now, I think, preparing for his fight next month.
Yeah, I saw. I went to Bangtao, but I wouldn't train there. It's too far where I like to stay. So I like to stay there around the area, next to the other gyms and everything. Good food, and so I
All
wouldn't
right. Well,
to be somewhere like away. I mean, the gym is great, but I just think it was a little bit too far.
it is far. Yeah, I was staying in Bangtao. It's about 45 minutes to Geelong. I
Yeah.
know, I know the feeling. Well, yeah, the reason you are still in Asia is because your fight has fallen through not once but twice. You had Rug Umar Kane, and then that didn't happen. Then you had Hugo Cunha, then that fell through in fight week at One Championship 157. Uh, has it been hard to stay patient for this fight?
After Hugo was like the Russian guy, right? And then now I got like a Australian guy. So four opponents change.
Yeah, I mean, how hard is that to deal with?
Yeah, I mean it's a little bit frustrated, but don't let it let me down because it is what it is, right? So man, when I sign a contract, I make sure that I be professional and do my part and be there on the fight day. So that's what I'm doing. I'm here. If my opponents don't show up, like I'm doing the part of that I'm supposed to do, I do my training, even with the injuries and everything. Like I find a way to still training and show up in the fight day. So that's what I did. I never skip like a competition in jiu-jitsu in my life if I sign up, I fight. So it's something that I'm not used to. You know what I mean? So, well, it is what it is. I'm here. I'm ready to go. So a lot of respect for my opponent to get the fight last minute. So that's something that I hope we see more often because it's not good for the organization, not good for the fighter. Like everybody like pulling out like last minute. So just doesn't feels right.
Well, what do you know about your opponent then? Simon Carson. I believe a 2-1 record, hasn't fought in a few years though. Is it you're definitely going to show the right amount of respect, but I imagine you're anticipating a pretty quick night at the office.
For sure, Simon is a tough guy. I know he's a really good kickboxer. He got like two wins, like you said, one loss. Uh, so it means that he doesn't have too much MMA experience, but I don't as well. So doesn't mean anything, right? He can be like a really good kickboxer, and so we're gonna find out. I'm gonna do my best. I'm not gonna like change anything. My focus is still the same. Doesn't matter who I'm fighting. So that's it.
Is this a good chance for you to maybe try out your stand up? Are you keen to see how that area of your game matches up and how much you've improved in that department? Or are you just going to do what you always do, take him down and submit him?
And I'm ready to do anything, I'm ready to fight 15 minutes striking. So if I have to like grappling, if I have to like out wrestling him. So I'm training a lot. I'm not training just grappling. I'm not just training jiu-jitsu. I'm training like MMA. I became an MMA fighter. So I do what I do what I have to do. If I have to strike, if I have to do it, I'll do it. But if I see the opportunity to take him down and use my jiu-jitsu, I'm gonna do as well. I know he has a good jiu-jitsu too, so it's gonna be a good one, 100%.
And given that this is your fourth opponent now, given three opponents pulled out of the fight, do you feel there's a sense maybe people are avoiding you? They don't want to fight you because you are perhaps the toughest challenge in this heavyweight division in one.
I wouldn't say who am I to say, who am I to judge, but if the fight doesn't happen, if like you say they kind of like avoid me, that's who's gonna avoid me, them. It's me now, because it's not just about the frustration, but it's I do a training camp, like I come here, show up, and then my opponent doesn't show up. So I don't want to. With the first opponent was like the second or the third time that happened. So I don't really want to let it happen like for the fourth time. So I think me and the organization we learned the lesson. So if something happened, maybe the fight not supposed to happen. So I just move forward and I'm not thinking about to fight them again.
Now, you did get to do something while you were in Singapore last time. You got to jump on the commentary booth. You got to speak with Mitch and Michael, watching those submission grappling bouts with Gary Tonin, Shinya, and the Ruotolo brothers. How was that experience putting on those headphones?
Yeah, it was great, man. It was that when they invited me, I said, yeah, 100%, because it's grappling is something that I'm really comfortable to talk about. And Mitch and Michael, they made me feel really comfortable sitting by the side of them. So it was great. I really liked the experience, and I hope the organization invites me to do again, and I'll be down.
Yeah, and how impressed were you by the twins, by Ty and Cade Ruotolo?
Not really impressed, because I was expecting great performance by the kids, because they are amazing. I remember when I walked to the gym for the first time, when I saw them, they were like, I don't know, 10 years old, something like that. So little like kids. And I have watching these kids growing up since like the beginning of the journey. So I wasn't really surprised. So I knew they would do good, but I didn't expect that good, being honest. But I wasn't surprised about their performance.
What about Gary Tonin? It's obviously now he's in a tough spot. He lost the MMA title fight with Tan Lei, and then he went back to his area of expertise, submission grappling. Also got submitted. Are these the kind of things that grapplers go through, the ups and downs? What advice would you have for Gary, if any?
Man, I think just like you said, he lost a title fight. So it's not anyone that get in a title fight, right? So he went there, he made his way up, and he lost in the fighting for the belt. So it's not a shame at all. So it happens. He's a great fighter. Was the first loss in MMA. So I know he's gonna like shake it off and come back. And about grappling, that's nobody has the perfect record in jiu-jitsu. Everybody has like losses. Everybody has defeats. So this is only one of them. I know it's not on the first. It's not gonna be the last. It is what it is. We are fighters. We are down to fight, and sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, and that's it. So I think that's not gonna like let him down. I know it's not, and he's gonna come back soon and keep on track.
What about yourself, though? Are we going to see the legendary Buchecha gear up for a match in submission grappling in one championship? And if we do, who's it going to be against?
Being honest, right now my focus is 100% MMA. But if I see somebody holding a grappling belt, I would try like oh, maybe I want to steal it. You know what I mean? So maybe I'll try to jump in and fight for the belt. But right now, I don't feel like fighting. But as soon as somebody holding like a heavyweight belt for grappling, then I'll come up. Then I'll show up and try to fight for the belt. Not just for the belt, but try to fight to get the belt.
Now, you were rolling as well with the champ, Renier de Ridder, won championships, middleweight, light heavyweight, MMA champ on his visit to ATT a couple of months ago. You said he was pretty good. Would you be open to maybe grappling him or fighting him? He's talked about coming up to the heavyweight MMA division in one.
Yeah, no, man, he's a great guy. He's a like amazing jiu-jitsu, and like you said, he's a champ. So would be like a great fight for sure. But I'm not thinking about that yet because I'm having a lot of problems finding opponents first. So I never really thought about, but would be like interesting for sure.
Yes, as you say, you're having trouble finding opponents. Who is next? I mean, what do you want to do next? If you, let's say you get this victory on Friday, how do you plot your path to that championship?
I don't see anything after Friday. So until now, I just focus on Friday, and then after that, then it's a new thing. But a lot of people ask me like, when I was blue belt, what's your dream? Like, I never said, oh, it's gonna be to be a black belt world champion. No, my dream is to be a blue belt world champion. So that's how I think. That's how I always think during my whole life. So I'm not thinking about after Friday. So I have like a commitment Friday. That's why I'm here. Of course, I'm gonna do everything to win. I'm gonna do my best. After that, then we think about it. So I don't really thinking too much ahead. I live day by day.
All right, and there is a couple of other MMA heavyweight MMA fights on this card, including Odie Delaney, who we just spoke to. He's up against Mehdi Barji. How do you see that fight going? And I think you're quite friendly with Odie as well. He mentioned that you two have you shared a hug in the lobby, and but he's anticipating that one day you two are going to fight for the belt in one championship. Are you expecting that as well?
Yeah, no, for sure. Just like we said, Odie is a great guy. We met in at ATT training, and man, he's one of the best wrestlers that I ever seen. So his wrestling is really, really good. Like one of the top of the country, the like level D1 wrestler. So man, I know everyone who's fighting him is gonna have like he's gonna be in trouble to be on the feet because of the level. So I know Marty is a great wrestler too, right? So it's gonna be a good one to watch. So I think this one who does like less mistakes, we're gonna get the win for sure. But I think Odie has, of course, I never trained with Maddie, so I don't really know. Of course, I watch a couple of his fights, but with Odie, I train a lot. So I think Odie can get this win. But it's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be a really interesting one to watch. Heavyweights like exchanging like wrestling and punches. It's gonna be a good one.
Okay, and just finally from me, I think we're still expecting to see Anatoly Malakin and Arjan Bular to see who's going to be the undisputed champ in this division. Who are you expecting to win that one and potentially hold the belt when you finally get to that spot?
Ah man, it's a tough one because Arjan is one of the best in the game, and Anatoly is like being like killing everyone. So like 11-0 now. So if I'm not wrong, Arjan is 11-1, right? So they both have like similar records, so similar experience, but it's hard to pick one. But I think right now who has like a little bit better advantage is Anatoly because he's more active. He's been fighting more often. So as an athlete, not like talking about MMA athlete, but MMA fighter, but as an athlete, I think if you stay away for too long, it's not like a good thing. So I think Anatoly has an advantage because of that, because he's more active. And but advantage doesn't mean that he's gonna get the win because of that. But any advantage in a fight helps a lot. So I think he has this, and but it's gonna be a great fight. They both have like great boxing, and they both have like really high level wrestling. So it's hard to see, But when people fight like that, it's gonna be similar of one of the fights that he fought Amir. Good wrestlers, so just boxing. That's how I see this fight. They both like exchanging like punches and blows, and I think will be a lot of a stand up fight.
Okay, I think that's all we got time for. Just final statement from you, Buchecha. What is going to happen Friday night? One championship, 158.
It's gonna be a great show, great fights in the card. I'll be there too, fighting the main card for the first time, and I'm hoping to get the win and keep my way up until to get the ultimate goal.
All right, thank you, sir. Always a pleasure chatting to you. Good luck for the fight.
Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate it. Always great talk to you guys. See you soon.